Ten, 1819 Kensington Gardens, $128 million. Let's start today's video with a $128 million property, the Kensington Palace. This extravagant property is located in Billionaires Row, which is known as one of London's most prestigious areas in Kensington Gardens Palace. This huge 242-acre property is owned by one of the most popular Indian businessmen, the billionaire Lakshmi Mittal. Mittal is the CEO and chairman of the world's largest steel manufacturing company, ArcelorMittal. The palace was structured in the 19th century, but even today, this 55,000 square foot property is able to attract visitors from all over the globe. Initially, it was 2 semi-detached houses. However, later, the developer David Khalili converted it into a single residency. The house has enough space to park 20 cars. Moreover, it has 12 bedrooms, an indoor pool, and Turkish baths. Mittal is not the sole owner of the property. Before Mr. Mittal, it was owned by many prestigious and wealthy families, and the list includes the Rothschilds, Freepoles, David Khalili, and Bernie Ecclestone. I guess Mr. Mittal must be enjoying the company of royal neighbors like Prince William and Kate Middleton. 9. Plazzo Di Armore, $195 million. One of the most expensive homes, Plazzo Di Armore is located in the expansive Beverly Gardens Park. This 53,000 square foot property is owned by American real estate entrepreneur Jeff Green. With 12 bedrooms, 23 bathrooms, numerous swimming pools, tennis courts, waterfalls, and theaters, this Mediterranean-style villa is a dream home to every millionaire. Do you love late-night parties? Well, if yes, you might be pleased to know that the villa has a spellbound dance floor and a ballroom. From a distance, it looks much like a holiday destination, but I'm sure spending a night at this $195 million house would be beyond the imagination. 8. Ellison Estate, $200 million. This expensive Japanese-looking palace is owned by the globally known businessman and the founder of Oracle, Larry Ellison. The $200 million property is constructed on 23 acres and holds more than one dwelling. Any visitors would surely be amazed seeing the 10 properties, including a spellbound koi pond, a tea house, a bathhouse, and a beautiful man-made lake. If you are going to visit the very first time, you'll be definitely speechless by Japanese design. A major part of the design falls under Japanese influence and was inspired by a Japanese emperor's palace. The astounding architecture was designed by a Zen Buddhist teacher, Paul Driscoll. The estate is also home to some very expensive plants and trees like cherry blossoms, redwoods, oaks, and maples. 7. 4 Fairfield Pond, $248 million. If you have ever been to New York, you might hear how expensive 4 Fairfield Pond is. The American billionaire Ira Rennert is known for receiving negative publicity regarding its ownership in La Arroya. But his most expensive 4 Fairfield Pond would surely win your heart within a couple of seconds. The house is grounded on 63 acres, and it has 3 swimming pools, 39 bathrooms, a 91-foot dining room, 29 bedrooms, a basketball court, a bowling alley, squash courts, and tennis courts. The house is quite big, and therefore, the electricity supply was a challenge to architecture, so they decided to plant a powerhouse. And for those who love cars, 4 Fairfield is able to hold approximately 100 cars. 6. The Odeon Tower Penthouse, $330 million. This $330 million house was designed by Alexandra Gheraldi and by Groupe Mazzucato. With such a huge amount, one can easily buy a 35,000 square foot apartment in the most expensive area in Monaco. Millionaires around the world love to spend a day at the Odeon Tower. The 5-story Odeon has its own private elevator. The most eye-catching and amusing part of the house is its private 45-degree water slide with a 360-degree view infinity pool. If you're a bachelor plus a wealthy guy, this would be your next destination. Now, at number 5, we have Le Palais Boulle, a $390 million house. The large Le Palais Boule, or better known as Bubble Palace, was built in the 1900s by a very famous Hungarian architect, Antti Lovag. The nickname Bubble Palace is derived from its bubbly look that one can easily look out over and see the Mediterranean Sea. The design is actually inspired by man's earliest dwellings, but the house is later upgraded with a number of comforts. A 500-seat amphitheater built into the hillside grounds, 3 swimming pools, and numerous gardens are the major attractions here. The recent owner of the property is Pierre Cardin, who is a French fashion designer. Pierre visits this house during the holidays. Moreover, it is also a venue for parties. 4. Via Les Cedres, $450 million. Via Les Cedres is located in Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat, France, and has secured the 4th position on this list. The estimated value of this house is almost $500 million. It was built in early 1830, and later in 1904, it was owned by King Leopold II of Belgium. This spectacular house topped the list of the most expensive house in 2017. Unfortunately, the next 3 properties in this list grabbed the spot. The 35-acre Via Les Cedres is surrounded by many cedar trees, and that's where the name came from. With 14 luxurious bedrooms, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and a large stable, this house can compete with a royal palace. 3. Via Leopolda, $750 million. This villa is owned by a landlady named Lily Safra, a widow of Lebanese-Brazilian banker Edmond Safra. Expanded to 50 acres, Via Leopolda is located in the Alpes-Maritimes department of France. The property is equipped with 11 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, an outdoor kitchen, a commercial greenhouse, a helipad, and an amazing swimming pool like you've never imagined. The villa gained much fame during 1955, when the very famous film director Alfred Hitchcock shot one of his thriller movies, To Catch a Thief, here. The house was built in 1920, and the name came from its owner King Leopold II of Belgium. 2. India, $1 billion. Indian business magnate Mukesh Ambani is known for his business strategies and the house Antia, which he built in Mumbai, India. The house approximately cost $1 billion. The sky-high Antia was designed by Perkins & Will, which is a very famous architecture company in Chicago, and Hirschbender Associates, which is a hospitality designing firm. The 27-story mesmerizing Antia is expanded to 400,000 square feet in Mumbai's Kumbala Hill. The design is absolutely outstanding, and it is able to face an earthquake of magnitude 8. 6 of the floors are purely reserved to store cars. You can also see here a temple, a 50-seat movie theater, a service station for the cars, and 9 elevators. Moreover, there is a health spa, a ballroom and yoga studio, 3 helipads, a salon, an ice cream room, and multiple cinemas. Approximately 600 people are working in this house to manage all the functions. 1. Buckingham Palace, $2.9 billion. And finally, here it is, the most expensive house in the world and top of the list, Buckingham Palace. The well-known Buckingham Palace is owned by the royal family of England, and this is one of the pricey properties topped in their list. The palace is located in Westminster, London. There are 775 rooms for royal guests, 78 bathrooms, 92 offices, and 19 staterooms. Since 1873, the palace has been serving the royal family as the official residence. The palace is built over 828,000 square feet that includes a 40-acre garden. Despite holding the title of the most expensive in the world, it is not the largest palace in the world. If the palace ever happens to sell, the estimated price would be $2.9 billion, but undoubtedly it won't happen.